probably time to go. This is Nutso Show, yeah, this is Nutso Show. And if you ain't one of them, it's probably time to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this weird corner of the internet. Except those who are easily offended. People who don't like bad form. People who take life too seriously.
You'll never make it out of here alive.
Anyways, letting rest.
Welcome.
Or not at all humble host, Hickory, the dang and underwhelming. TDAU Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TDAU Live. It's episode 20B. I thought I was clever as hell coming up with this headline. Hawkin coins, free pennies, and JayZ's dime drop. Uh-oh. Lots going on, man. Lots going on in the news this week. We got a lot to get into. Those are some of the topics. One of the real important ones is currently installing Unreal Engine 5.5.1. And yeah, it's going. It's taken forever. But I gotta say, this program's insane. The size came out to 36.4 gigs, and the size on disk is 59.1. It's got 209,000 files and almost 45,500 folders. Nuts. But it's going now. It's 38% verifying. We got most of the downloading done earlier or throughout the day. So I got most of it installed, and it came up with a thing that was like, "You're not allowed to do this." And I'm trying to install it on my secondary drive because I don't have enough room on my primary to fit something this ginormous. So I'm putting it on my. Actually, the first time ever installing something on my external, and it's a 2 gig external. It's like my secondary drive that stores all my stuff. And I got to a point and said, "You can't do this," and I had to look it up and spend a bunch of time cruising around the internet trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And it turns out it was because I didn't install Epic Game Launcher on that same drive. So I installed that on my C drive. This is being installed on my D, so I had to take it off, which I probably shouldn't have done. I probably should have just uninstalled Epic Game Launcher and reinstalled it on the D drive, which I ended up doing anyways, and then re-download that mess. So yeah, I'm sure my internet cable provider's stoked that I've downloaded almost 100 gigs in the past few days. Yeah, they're probably thrilled with me. I don't know if that's going to come out in a bill or what, but I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Anyways, we got a whole lot of news going on. Yeah. Including, I didn't get into it, the 500-page report on the COVID-19 pandemic findings in the House Subcommittee. Some fact-checking on cringe Jean-Pierre. Haley Welsh, whatever her name is, goes missing because, she just screwed over a whole bunch of people who were dumb enough to buy a coin based on a meme about spitting on men. Oh, yeah, we got all sorts of fun stuff going on. I say fun, maybe not necessarily fun. We got a whole lot of interesting news happening right now. Let's get into the show.
Yeah, back, baby.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits?
This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of a punk, and then all his friends left him, and now he's here alone. This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of punk, now he's here doing the dang and underwhelming live show.
This is a weird show.
Dang and underwhelming live show. Dang and underwhelming live show. Dang and underwhelming live show.
Yes, welcome back. It is TDAU Live, episode 20B. Hawkin coins, free pennies, JayZ's dime drop. Yeah, let's get to it, my friends. Got a whole lot going on here. Yeah, first I'll show you that the absolute absurdity. Yeah, we're at 54% verified. This is the Unreal Games launcher, or Epic Games launcher, which is how you install Unreal Engine. For those who don't know, Unreal Engine is one of the big game making softwares, because I'm a curious guy. I've watched some tutorials, and yeah, might be getting into this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It might be a giant waste of time. I don't know, but I'm gonna have fun checking it out. I've already got some cool stuff picked out to put in there. Yeah, found some really cool free assets. There's all sorts of neat stuff online that is absolutely free for games to build them. And to be fair, Unreal Engine is free, assuming you don't make more than $1 million on your games a year, and then you pay like a 5% royalty if you do. But up to $1 million you can make before you actually have to pay anything for the software to produce it. It's pretty incredible. We live in an amazing time, my friends. Basically, any software you need to make anything anymore, you can get for free. Like DaVinci Resolve, which used to be an $80,000 program for color grading. Yeah, you can get that for free. Like, it is free, and then it's like $300 for the super premium version, but it's free overall for the base one, and that includes more editing power than anybody had access to 15 years ago, hands down. Basically everything but their AI tools. And then like BandLab is free. You can make, record, mix music, 16 tracks, all sorts of effects, EQs, all sorts of crazy stuff. You can make music for free. You can make video games for free. Oh, I guess it's not free because you have to have a PC. Oh, with BandLab, you can do it just on a phone. You don't have great capabilities there, but you can do a lot with just your phone. But with a PC, yeah, you can edit, you can make music, all of these things. It's a pretty incredible time to be alive. That's for sure. Anyways, I'm going to keep that up going in the background. I'll verify at 60% already. Nice. Nice, she's cruising. 61, let's go. Okay. Lots of stories to get into, but we'll start off with this one. Oh, who knew I'd be agreeing with Netanyahu on the show? But yeah, Netanyahu, it's clear. Makes it clear Biden is no longer in charge. Yeah, who would have thought? Absolutely. Yeah, no one would have guessed that was a thing. But at least there's one world leader who's sensible enough to say it out loud. Yeah, we don't even need to read the 4-minute article. Thank you, John Bowden, for writing this thing. But yeah, no, your headline says it all. That's enough. Fact check true. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, we live in a crazy time. Elon Musk conducts poll on deleting the IRS. Well, I mean, I'm glad they didn't. Not like we added 87,000 new agents in the past couple of years, because I'm sure those 87,000 agents are totally just there to go after the top 1%. And yeah, that's how that works. Is you definitely need 87,000 people. Yeah, they're not going to be like trolling normal people or looking into any deposit greater than $500 into their banking account, transaction larger than that. No, that's not likely. Oh, fact check. No, poll didn't show 64% of Americans support Hunter Biden's pardon. Yeah. Yeah, even though she said it 3 times during a press conference. Yeah, this is, of course, Corinne Jean-Pierre, the DE hire press secretary, who has on camera herself talked about the fact that she wouldn't be where she is if she was not a black lesbian. Crazy. Crazy. We can get rid of the comments. Reading through those comments were hysterical. The amount of people who have no idea what's going on is mind-boggling. But yeah, apparently, in this press conference, she said 3 different times that 64% of Americans support Hunter Biden's pardon. Only to be fact-checked, saying no. No. No, 64% of Democrats support the pardon. Mostly because these people don't know why he was pardoned. And because the mainstream media has been lying to you and saying that, oh, Hunter was pardoned on his tax evasion and his gun charges because no reasonable person would have been gone after over those things, even though people have their Second Amendment rights taken away for shit like that all the time, and lots of people get audited by the IRS for, accidentally not paying $10 that they owed. But that totally doesn't happen. That would never happen, and this is tragic, and that's totally the only two things that Hunter got pardoned for. Oh wait, no, he got pardoned from 2014 to current time. And what happened in 2014, you ask? Hunter joined the board of a company in Ukraine called Burisma. Interesting. Interesting how far back he got a blanket pardon for 11 years of his life. Anything he did in those 11 years, anything that comes out technically, anything that might have been on a certain laptop that 51 U.S. intel agents told us was Russian propaganda, signed off on it. If any of them lost their security clearances, that's yet to be seen. We'll see what happens in another 40 days come Inauguration Day. Oh, Caitlin Clark falls from grace. Probably not with all people. She's probably raised up in some, but not the people that had started watching the WNBA after she came on the scene. That's right. She stepped in it on this one. Caitlin Clark acknowledges her privilege. Even though she's the minority in her sport, she still talks about how the privilege she has, even though she's not an attractive white woman by any metric. I'm sure there's people that find her attractive. Don't get me wrong. Physically, maybe facially, not so much. But then again, you can't really be a great athlete that is the athlete of the year without having a banging body. You know what I mean? It's not a thing that happens. I think Time called her athlete of the year, even though there's some debate as to going over whether that MLB player, the highest contracted one, Japanese guy, I think, can't remember, took his team to the World Series and was MVP, basically MVP of the National League, even though he was injured and not pitching most of the time. Like, just an amazing, amazing athlete in his field. Anyways, Caitlin Clark acknowledges her privilege and admits black players built the WNBA. No, I'm pretty sure the people who had the money to build the teams built the WNBA, but okay, fair enough. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. Like, you're the minority in the sport, dude. Like, if 90% of the players are not white, how did your privilege help you get there? No. Your privilege might have... Like, God. It's so aggravating to talk about this shit. Caitlin Clark finished her first year as a professional basketball player in the WNBA, was recently named Times Athlete of the Year. The Indiana Fever star set rookie season records, including WNBA league record for assists in a single season. With the added attention Clark has been receiving in her interview with Time, she reflected on the league's history and acknowledged her privilege. Quote, I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. So why don't you just identify as not white? Right? Kind of like Italian or, I don't know. Make some shit up. A lot of those players in the league have been really good, have been, the players in the league that have been good have been black players. Yeah, I mean, statistically, right? Like, when 90% of the league is black, you're going to assume like 90% of the top players are black as well. The league has been kind of built on them. Yeah, because those are generally, statistically, the people who are most likely to be playing basketball and to be good at it. Don't get me wrong, there's been some great white basketball players in both the WNBA and NBA. The former, nobody really gives a shit about. The latter, I don't care about either. But, I mean, a lot of them were back in the day. Like I think there's like what like should actually search that right now. Like how many white players? Uh yeah, I wish I had a number. It just says percentages. Yeah, we got according to Richard Lepchick, the NBA in 2020 was composed of 74.2% black players, 16.9% white, 2.2% Latino players of any race, and 0.4% Asian players. 89 white players, including players from Europe, etc. 17.9%. So it's 2019 20. 89. 17.9. So it's like means there's 500-ish players in all of the NBA. Less than a fifth are white. About 3/4 are black. So yeah, I mean, let's check out for the stats for the WNBA too. Just 'cause I'm curious now. So the WNBA is a little bit lower at 24.5%. Of players, 68.5% are African American or black, 3.5% are Latina, 2.8% listed as other. There's one Asian American player. 16.2% of the league is made up by international players. That's interesting. Uh, yeah. So I mean, we're talking 68.5%. You would assume that most of the greats, just statistically, are going to be of that race. A quick check back here. Oh, we're at 86%. Oh, keep up the Lord's work, Unreal Engine. Oh, I'm so excited to open you up. Oh, I can't wait. That one, that one, that one. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be the point where Caitlin Clark loses some. Like, people were hoping she wasn't going to bow down to identity politics stuff. And I have seen the rumor online that this is all about, like, she's been hanging out with Taylor Swift and trying to get in with her. And like, I don't blame her. You know, she's a 19-year-old white chick. Why does she not want to be friends with Taylor Swift if she has the opportunity? She's been hanging out with her and she wants to get in on it with it. And yeah, you know, why would you not just throw it down and join woke culture and talk about how privileged you are, even though your race makes up 20% of the league at most. Well, 24 in the WNBA, I guess. Uh, we'll see what happens there. She continued, the more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that made this league incredible. I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Even though this is the sport that they're elevated at, like you're in the pinnacle of it. Clark also opened up about not making the team for the Paris Olympics, ultimately coming to terms and understanding why she was not selected. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see this part. I don't want to be there because I'm somebody that can bring attention, she said. I love that for the game of women's basketball, but at the same time, I want to be there because they think I'm good enough. I don't want to be some little person that is kind of dragged around for people to cheer about. I only watch because I'm sitting on the bench. The whole narrative kind of upsets me because that is not fair. It's disrespecting the people that were on the team that earned it, that were really good. It's also disrespectful to myself. I wonder how she feels about the dude from Iran that finally got outed as a dude with internal testes who beat up a bunch of women at the Olympics. I wonder if you asked her about that, how she would respond. Would she defend women's sports, or I don't know. Speaking of women getting theirs, Haley Welch goes AWOL after failed Hawk token launch. That's right. Apparently selling shit coins did not work out for the the overnight viral sensation, who was totally not an industry plant. As many times as I see the rumor she was. Viral internet personality Haley Welsh, also known as Hawk Tua, because she once famously said, "Hawk Tua, spit on that thing." Uh, Hawk Tua girl has been silent on social media following last week's controversial introduction of a meme coin that's since plummeted by more than 95%. The Hawk token initially spiked to $500 million market cap before rapidly tumbling. Heavy selling pressure from early investors overwhelmed demand from newcomers. Market cap is now hovering around 220 million, trading volumes less than 500,000 over the past 24 hours. And this was written yesterday, so it's kind of up to date. Oh, we might need one of those. Those are pretty necklaces right there. Got a little bling going on. The debut led to widespread criticism, culminating in a YouTube video by the internet sleuth CoffeeZilla, dubbed "Exposing the Hawk Tua Scam." In response to scrutiny, Welch hosted an X Spaces call on Thursday that featured members of Over Here Team, the company behind the meme coin launch. The scamsters themselves. The call abruptly ended following a heated debate when Welch said, I'm just making sure Rumble comments. Speaking of which, I might be switching over to Rumble soon. That might be a thing. Just got to figure it out. But might be no longer on the StreamYard bus. Might be getting over into just doing everything over there on Rumble. Because, well, Rumble basically offers all the same shit, but it's free. And, now that I'm Team Blue and about to have a baby, I might, stop trying to spend the $40 a month on fucking StreamYard if I can get the same thing for free from a better company. Not gonna lie. Call abruptly ended following heated debate when Welch said, "I'm going to bed. I'll speak to y'all in the morning." She has not posted any updates since. Hopefully she didn't go to the eternal bed. Welch's manager and team behind the meme coin are yet to respond to numerous CoinDesk requests for comment. Welch's lawyer responded to CoffeeZilla stating that 50% of the net proceeds from the allocation of the tokens, that's out of the 50% she would have to pay her non-crypto team too. So in reality, she'd only hold 3.5% of the tokens withdrawn, if at all, on the above schedule. The token is now precarious death spiral as beleaguered. The B League. Like if me and 4 friends started playing basketball, we'd be in the B League. Beleaguered investors, of whom there are 14,355 official holders, continue to sell into the rapidly dwindling $2 million pool of liquidity. Blockchain data shows that one wallet made $365,000 in profit over 23 transactions on the day Hawk was launched, whilst another made $65,000. The vast majority of investors who bought in the open market are at a substantial loss. Yeah, look at her trying to not look like a thirst trap over here with her stupid cowboy hat. Yeah, Hawk Tua girl. You look kind of pretty for a crack, baby. Where are we at here? Oh, we're 100% verified. What's going to happen next? I don't know. I'm scared. Still reading stuff. It does say 100%. I'm way too excited about this. Free software gives me the tinglies. You know what I mean? Something about the ability to drop into something and make a few changes and be like, I've made a video game now. That's right. I've recorded music. I've made art. I've made film. I've scored film. Oh. Crap, that's probably not good. I don't know if I went anywhere, but it said, you want Epic Games Launcher to make anything. Oh, cleaning up. Oh, good. I hope it guts a bunch of stuff now. That would be... Get launch. I don't know if I want to do that live because I'm not sure if my PC can handle this. Okay, now it's downloading Quixel Bridge. I'm not quite sure what that one is, but I know that it was like a plugin that I was going to install. Oh man, I'm debating. This is a tough one for me. I've been I've been hoping for this for a while. Oh, no, hit install the engine. You cannot install this plugin on RS, so come out on. Okay. 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 I hit launch. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh, I got my tinglies. I'm exhausted from flying all my drones today. Sean, keep up the good work on the East Coast, brother. You were reaching out, making yourself known. Holy crap. Yes. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Prerequisites. I don't know what that means. I'm kind of nervous. I really hope this doesn't cause my computer to crash while I'm live. If I just disappear, I'll be back. I should almost like load this up on my phone just in case. Oh man, I'm excited. Sorry. I had to land them all on the mothership so I could come join the party. What's happening in Hickoryville? Oh man, we've had some time. We've been talking about the Hawk girl a little bit. We talked about how Caitlin Clark talked about her white privilege and how WNBA is going to take a hit from people not watching after that. Oh, what else did we talk about? There was we talked about how Netanyahu finally was the first leader to say it's clear that how it was clear. Netanyahu finally said it was clear that Biden's not leading the country. And yeah, we also talked about how I unloaded Unreal Engine 5.5.1 today, which is sitting at like 30 gigs. It's like 200,000 something files and 47,000 folders. I finally got it installed at my external drive, which is something you can do, my friends. Just to be clear, because my main hard drive does not have enough space for that shit. But finally, yeah, and then it went away. So, how is my computer doing? Oh, okay. The game's launched. I just restarted project files. Project files are not associated with launcher. Would you like to associate them now? I guess. Yes. I don't know. I kind of want to launch it, but I'm scared it's gonna fucking level my computer. Oh, okay. I hit launch. We'll see what happens. Maybe something. Maybe nothing. First time launching it. This could be. I don't know. Yes. Allow. Okay. You want to allow public private networks to access this. How for you? Yes. Allow. Oh, did you see their wanted posters for more CEOs of insurance? Maybe that's what the drones are for. Like the drones are in New Jersey and New York, man. Like we have no idea what they're doing. Although I'm assuming they're a government psyop. Like to be honest, I don't know. So they're being planted all over New York City. It doesn't surprise me, dude. The amount of way people have simped for this guy is mildly mind-boggling. Okay, I'm just gonna downsize that. Try not to get so hot about this. We'll see what happens. Hopefully my computer doesn't just keel over. Okay. We had a couple more before we get there, but we will be getting to these stories that Sean is foreshadowing. Oh, JayZ's lawyer claimed his R words accuser lawyer pressured a woman to lie about Diddy. JayZ has gone on the offensive against the attorney whose client anonymously accused the media mogul of essaying her in 2000. Maybe on something there. Security drones for CEOs. Yeah, I was thinking non-security drones actually. Like in reverse. Like they could be. We have a bunch of drones that big, flying over a bunch of stuff real low, and we don't know what they are. There's an interesting possibility that they could be dropping things off. They could be delivery drones of the types of deliveries that you don't want to uncover, and just waiting for the right time to for that spark to make the package do its thing. I'm not saying that's what I think or what I hope. I'm just saying there's a very, very real possibility on that kind of thing, and I am lagging. It doesn't surprise me because this PC's been through some shit in the past 2 days. Not gonna lie, but yeah, I got a day off tomorrow. I'm excited to dig into it. Okay, Combs, who's in jail waiting for trial on his crimes and racketeering case, maintained his innocence amid more than 24 mounting civil lawsuits. Even though I saw a video the other day of him on the jail phone telling somebody to recycle all the pizza boxes. Actually, I could find that. I think Sword and Scale actually. I didn't mean to stop screen. Yeah, pull that up. I'm a big fan of Sword and Scale, and I feel like Mike is getting more and more based. Yeah, but he posted an audio clip the other day of. Of course, he's been talking about this cutie patootie right here. Like I don't know, man. I'm right on the edge here. Like I don't think I'm pretty conspiracy on this. Black flag plausible deniability. Have you ever seen some of those drones in Ukraine, for example, Dragon's Breath? It's just a large flying flamethrower. I got an interesting video to show in a few minutes about that. I did see one. The most terrifying thing I can think of is an unmanned aerial vehicle that can drop thermite. Yeah, for those who don't know, thermite is a pretty simple. It's two fairly common metal types, I believe. I'm not going to look it up or disclose what they are because it's terrifying. But you mix the two together and it creates a reaction that is so hot that it'll burn through anything. And I mean anything, like completely just eat through an engine block and pavement and stone and anything. People, but there's definitely videos of Ukrainian drones dropping thermite on tree lines to destroy them so that the Russians can't hide behind them. And it's also terrifying the amount of people that I see just justifying war crimes like that. Like dropping napalm was like very, very bad. And we've generally said, hey man, we probably shouldn't do that. Like that's not nice. Like not that anything about war is nice, but there's just like certain lines we've all decided like, hey, we shouldn't cross that because that gets into real sketchy shit. But apparently, dropping thermite, it's fine. Anyways, yeah, Mike posting about this cutie. Now that he's been outed, even though I'm not entirely sure that's the guy. There's Mike. Here we go. A Diddy call. Let's Oh, what do you mean, Hickory? Come on, man. We had all those cluster munitions that we had to get rid of. Yeah, it's just things like dropping thermite on people. Like I don't know if I'll ever be able to get down to that. But it's from Jay Anderson said, P. Diddy's cryptic prison call. Do not entertain none of this nonsense. Nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. All the boxes left over from the pizza. Make sure you recycle the plastic. And Sword and Scale is posted. Yeah, Pizza Gate is a right-wing conspiracy. Let's see what Diddy said on the phone here.
What up? Yo, listen. Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what?
I know it's a little quiet because it's Twitter audio, but
The leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. What up? Yo, listen.
yeah, nothing weird there. The thermites are modern day sword of Damocles, always dangling over you. Yeah, it's terrifying, dude. Like, I've known about this since I was a kid, but I also not until like the past year put together two and two and was like, oh, you could like figure out a way to hang some underneath the drone. You could literally just destroy anything you wanted by flying a little. Like, you wouldn't even need a good one, especially not the ones that like they're doing, like the ones that are going viral. Like those things they're saying are the size of like SUVs, which with the wingspan, like it's at least the size of like a kitchen table, right? That thing could carry a bit of a payload. And the fact that you could drop like, I don't know, 10 pounds of thermite from a remote control device that you don't like puts nobody on your team in danger. And I didn't think I saved that one because it was just like it was terrifying. I should have should have bookmarked that on X. Okay, covered JayZ. That's good. Ones that have mortar rounds attached to them and fly into the target. Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah, but thermite's so much scarier, dude. Because like literally, you could drop it on top of a building and it will just burn its way down through every floor. Like there's nothing that stops it. It's just an insane amount of heat and combustion, and it just lights everything on fire. Like multiple story, like you could take out towers by dropping a decent payload of thermite on top of them. And I'm not saying anybody should. Oh. Oh, it started. Oh, it started. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this. I'm sorry to be distracted. But oh, Unreal is live on my computer. That's kind of cool. So you have different types of games you can start. We start a blank one, but yeah, that's not the way to go. Probably first person, third person, top down, handheld AR, virtual reality, or vehicle. We also got film, video events, automotive product design, manufacturing, simulation, architecture, recent projects. First person template features a player character represented by a pair of arms, which viewed from first person perspective, character can be moved around the level using keyboard, controller, virtual joysticks, touch device. Additionally, the player can look around using the mouse controller, virtual joystick, and touch device. The character can also pick up a gun that, using mouse controller, virtual joystick, touch device, fire a simple sphere projectile that will affect some physics objects in the level with bouncing off arena walls. Oh. Blueprint or C++. You can have blueprints too. Okay, that's neat. Project defaults, start platform. able to include an additional content pack containing simple placeable meshes, basic materials, and textures. Yeah, I guess we'll go with okay. This might take a while. I've heard that part can definitely take a minute. God, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this. I don't mean to derail from the show. This is just something I've been working on. Something I've seen a lot, but I guess I never really thought that I would have it myself. Anyways, let's get back into some stories while this thing's booting up. Rogan. The House released 500-page report on COVID-19 pandemic key findings. The select subcommittee on coronavirus basically said all the conspiracy theorists were correct. Every single one of them, no repercussions, no retractions, no apology from Rachel Maddow. Even though we should have one. Let's watch this clip from Rogan here.
The House released a
Okay, yeah, the audio is on. We'll screen this shit.
The House released a 500-page report on COVID-19 pandemic key findings. COVID-19 likely originated from a lab-related incident in Wuhan, China. Crazy. You get banned from YouTube for saying that. Banned. Okay, over $200 billion in relief funds lost to fraud, with criminals exploiting weak oversight. Prolonged lockdowns and arbitrary mandates cause severe harm, economic devastation, mental health crises, and historic learning loss.
Crazy. And there's zero accountability that anybody wants about any of this shit.
While lacking robust scientific support, policies ignored natural immunity, pushing mandates that eroded trust and harmed public perception of science.
Huh, yeah, because we're supposed to just trust the science. As long as there's a trademark next to the word science.
Absolutely. WHO and CDC compromised by political interference, offering inconsistent, unscientific guidance.
Like the 6-foot rule, man. People have made that shit up. People thought paper masks were air filtration systems. I still see people wearing masks today. They don't know that this ever came out.
That fueled public distrust, and the key players included federal agencies and Cuomo's administration.
Don't even get me started on Cuomo, man. I'm surprised nobody's healthcare CEO, that guy, for having killed like the 20,000 senior citizens that were killed by putting COVID patients in nursing homes instead of on the ship that Trump parked outside of New York City for them because he didn't want to give any credit to them. He just wanted to talk about how we needed ventilators and how Trump wasn't helping, even though Trump delivered on those, and the ventilators ended up being worse than COVID itself.
Actively obstructed oversight efforts and hid critical evidence. 100-page report on COVID-19.
And hid critical evidence. That's a...
Obstructed oversight efforts and hid critical evidence.
Christ.
Select subcommittee on coronavirus pandemic basically said all the conspiracy theorists were correct.
Yeah, Joe. I think you're getting it now.
Every single one of them. No repercussions, no retractions, no apology from Rachel Maddow. None of it. The House...
Yep. True story. And hopefully we'll get some oversight. Johnson, having gallows built in every town center or square doesn't sound like such a bad idea anymore, does it? I'm a big fan of... We don't just have to use gallows, my friend. We could have another revolution in hiring and power. If we just, instead of gallows, we went straight to wood chippers. Think about how many people we could employ building American-made wood chippers that would go into every town center or square to deal with the people that have been lying to us for 4 years and who have been abusing their power. Yeah, I got some fun ones. Oh, this is a fun one. Speaking of drones. Oh, this is a blast. This was what, California? Tweet was, Gavin Newsom would like you to know that crime is down in California, and the drone launching fireworks at felons during a street takeover is pure MAGA propaganda. Yeah, because MAGA needs propaganda, apparently. This is a phenomenal sight to see, my friends. This For the context, this is like an illegal street race thing going on. What you're about to see is a drone. This is not like a super expensive one, I'm assuming. I'm assuming this is like a pretty normal consumer grade drone. It's got, I mean, it's got to be a fairly decent one because it's launching fireworks from it, and fireworks do have some report, like they do have some kick. But this drone is just firing fireworks down into a lot of cars, and this is absolutely amazing. I agree. We could have an entire series called Retribution. Entire regions competing against each other's creativity. End of the year Super Bowl, 100% down. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Oh man. It's like part of me is like scared of the possibility of what we can do with drones, but it's like this is straight street justice and I love it. I want more of this. Let's do more of this and less like creepy drones off the East Coast that might be, some people are claiming are foreign. The DOJ is claiming they're not, or the Pentagon's claiming they're not, but we don't know what they are, but they pose no real threat. Just like if a Chinese weather balloon floats over your country for an entire 6 days, and then you shoot it down once it's collected all the information it needed. Yeah, just don't mind the things in the air that aren't supposed to be there. And mind you, if you shoot one down, it's like the same charge as if you were trying to shoot down a passenger plane or a military vehicle. It's like a 25-year federal penitentiary felony to shoot at something flying in the air, even though we have no idea what it is. We've had people say it's Iran. We've had people say it wasn't Iran. I don't think that a bunch of people who haven't been able to put together a nuke or anything real could do that. But then again, we also sent them a bunch of funding recently. So who knows what they could have bought from a better off country like China. It's little things like this warm my heart. Yeah, no, I need me one of them. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty stoked on that House Unreal dude. 40% still compiling shaders. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute being the first time I booted it up. This is mind-bogglingly incredible. This is a piece from a drone show. This guy said I want to start a it's like the other side. Like this is crazy. China's got drone shows that are now like 10,000 drones deep, where they're all being controlled by a computer program and pre-programmed. And they do absolutely mind-boggling shit in the sky. This is one of those things, and this guy's tweet was hysterical. He said, making a Kickstarter to redo this drone show in the sky over uncontacted Amazon tribes. Yeah, savage. This guy's based. Sean said, I want one with a very loud speaker. The words coming out of your mouth are ignorant. For example, something I might yell from the loudspeakers. I want one that just runs around and says, hide your kids, hide your wife. They're raping everybody out here. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husbands. They're raping everybody out here. This thing is mind-boggling, dude. To watch this thing is just a bunch of drones that have been programmed perfectly in unison. It's like, holy crap. Like it looks like it's walking across the sky. And, well, not across the sky, across skyscrapers on a skyline. Like, Dude. Crazy. Craziness. Oh, this one was good. I like this meme. Mr. President, I should say, Mr. President, can we not drain the swamp? I love AI. Can we not drain the swamp? Oh. Oh, this meme made me laugh too. This might be one of my favorite things I've seen in a while. I'm assuming most people are familiar with the first they came for the socialists. I didn't speak up because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the Jews, or I butchered this quote, but it's the basic intent is they came for these people, I didn't say anything. They came for these other people, I didn't say anything. And then when they finally came for me, there was no one else to speak up. This, this one made me giggle. First, they came for the communists, and I said nothing because I was refueling the helicopters. Obviously, a Pinochet reference there. Oh, man. Oh, poor Mitch McConnell. Yeah. McConnell's currently being pushed around the U.S. Senate in a wheelchair with a bandaged face. Yeah. I'm sure he wasn't attacked by anybody like Nancy Mace was. I'm sure he just, fell down some stairs or something. That was one I meant to get into. I didn't pull up the story on. Was discourse around the woman who slept with 100 men in a day is really pissing me off. This is from Sinead Watson. This girl's so clearly traumatized and she's getting all the shade. Not the 100 men who lined up to use her. Honestly, fuck men. Sour Patch Lids commented. Breaking. Women do not have agency. Shocking news for feminists like Sinead, I'm sure. Yeah, that whole story is wild too. The panther of drones is a real panther. Move the drones closer in proximity and it would merely be solid. No, that is totally the scary part about drones too, is that if they were all tight, like it would be a force that it could probably take down a small building or a skyscraper used in that way. Like if you had enough drones, you could assemble a 747 and fly it into stuff. And it would probably have about the same kinetic energy. And it might even be worse because it's not solid. So it's like some hit and then more hit and then more hit and then more hit. Like they hit in like it's constant for like this one killed me too. Michael Malice. Terrence Howard put a video out on Joe Rogan with his drones doing such a thing. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, dude's become a fucking millionaire rock star. Why would you not have a fleet of drones? Like that's something I'd be doing if I had that kind of money. It's like, hey man, I have enough money to buy 1,000 drones. Like, let's put up drone light shows for people for free because that's cool as shit. Let's hire a guy and take one programmer like a couple hours to figure it out, and it wouldn't be hard. The hardest part would be like charging them all, making sure they were all like synced properly. But this one was good. Michael Malice, the anarchist view is that the political parties are little rival gangs, the Bloods and the Crips. Savage, Michael Malice. You, my friend. God, I'm so glad I follow you on X now. Yeah, back to the House COVID-19 panel releases final report. 3 key takeaways. Lab leak theory. The report starts with the finding that SARS-CoV-2 virus likely emerged because of a laboratory or research-related accident. Yeah, and he would have gotten booted off the internet for saying that. I couldn't say that on my channel, even though I thought it was true for years. Drones come together, hook up, and become a bigger drone. Unlimited numbers of drones, they can be hooked together to create a larger drone. Yeah. And then they have some serious power when they collide with stuff. And you don't mind if they collide with stuff, you plan like using them as a weapon anyways. Or each individual drone could be carrying a small payload. Which is terrifying when you think about how powerful small explosives can be, i.e. the ones used against the Palestinians in the pagers. I mean, they could obviously carry a larger payload than what you could implant inside of a pager. And that thing caused chaos. Yeah, no, it's It's scary because it would not cost all that much. Payload's up to around 5 ton. Yeah, for all of them hooked together, but I'm saying like individually. I mean, even a 1 or 2 pound. Like we're talking about the amount of explosives you could fit in that pager that definitely took a bunch of people out was like an ounce, maybe. You can fit 16 to 32. I mean, what can you carry on one of those drones? Probably 2 to 3 pounds extra weight. When you're talking 50 times the amount of payload on a single drone as you could fit in a pager. You could deploy 10,000 of them. About 150,000 pounds of payload going out. That's and it's all dispersed individually. It's not centralized, so it could, in effect, cause a lot more damage, especially if some of them were thermite and decided to go after buildings instead of individual targets. 2 to 3 pounds of C4 would be quite devastating when 10,000 are together. Yeah, but I'm saying they wouldn't even have to be. Like even if they were separate, like the amount of damage that could do in a city is 10,000 of them at 3 pounds each. Like you're talking about leveling miles of infrastructure. Because to be honest, you don't even have to like level it. You just have to cause enough damage to certain structures that they collapse and collapse other structures, especially when you're talking about a city like New York where everything's so close together. The finding was supported by remarks from people such as Robert Redfield, former director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, former director of national intelligence John Ratcliffe, and the former UK Minister Boris Johnson, all of whom publicly stated their support for the lab leak theory. Based on my initial analysis, the data I came to believe and still believe today that indicates COVID-19 infections more likely were the result of an accidental lab leak than the result of a natural spillover event. The report also found Fauci prompted the 2020 study titled The Proximal Origin of SARS-CoV-2, which supported the natural origin theory to disprove the lab leak theory. Yeah, mitigation efforts found mask mandates were ineffective at controlling the spread of COVID-19. Several studies, including one published this August, found masking in public has an effect on lowering respiratory viral transmission, though this should not be the sole measure used to mitigate spread. Further, the report concluded lockdowns cause more harm than good to the economy, overall health of Americans, and the development of children. And I could have told you that when the gym closed, because, I was walking in the day the gym closed. I was supposed to hit 405 for a single on squats below parallel. And, years later, I'm still not back there, damn it. I am back down to about the weight I was when it happened. So that's good. 6-foot social distancing guidance was also blasted as not being supported by science. Even though it's CDC guidance and not a mandate, it was forcibly implemented by state and local governments, caused lots of strife amongst Americans. Yeah, it's the arrows in grocery stores that you could only go one way down aisles, which I promptly defeated by backing down them. That's how science works. With 4 years of hindsight, it's clear that international travel restrictions early in the pandemic delayed the spread of the virus, but did not prevent COVID-19 from the U.S. No, because it was already here by the time the travel restrictions went in. I'm pretty sure I had it in February of 2020 before it was like mainstream news. Because March 2015 was when the thing went out. It was a Friday. I remember that weekend at work. That Wednesday at work, I asked HR and the people in the meeting room, "Hey, what are we doing about this? We got to get ahead of the COVID thing." And they all said, "Hey, man, it's way too early to do anything. We can't do anything yet." And literally that Friday, the 15 days so the spread started, and we doubled our sales that weekend, and then shut down the store by the following Tuesday. Because that's where I was. This was pre the show. Even unfortunately, I was not there to warn y'all. I mostly knew about it by following Sticks, who I have to reach out to again because, I want to have him on the show next year, man. Echoing criticism from members of the subcommittee, the report found EcoHealth failed to carry out proper oversight in experiments provided funding for, facilitated gain-of-function research, and misled the NIH on the details of its research projects. NIH, in turn, was found to be failed in its oversight of EcoHealth. The report found the Justice Department had impaneled a criminal grand jury to investigate the origins of COVID-19. Yeah, shocking. Absolutely shocking. That's yeah, this thing is still compiling shaders, 40%. Lord. We can close that. Close that. Does this mean that people are not going to have to start listening to this crazy toothless man that lives in a bunkhouse? No, my name is not Ted Kaczynski. We just both know we're being screwed over. It makes me feel like a prophet. That's for sure. Like I was given some gift to see through the bullshit. But it's sad because I don't think many people around me are going to come around by any means, even though I've been right about most of this shit the entire time. Articles only available to subscribers. Okay, we'll have to go to Sean and see what he has to say. Yeah, let's check out Sean. This is from Actual Justice Warrior. I picked him because he has some damn good takes. Sean said the unvaccinated should be rewarded with unlimited funds, and to those who did not believe must bow when I enter the room. I agree. I'm also excited that it's like, it definitely means that my child is far less likely to have any issues, because Team Blue, baby! That's right. Coming this June, Hickory 2.0. Yeah, get scared, government. Get scared. Okay, here we got this ignorant black dude who's about to talk to us about what should be going on in the streets.
Money, okay?
Just like everybody else seeks justice on their own, just like everybody else has vigilantes, we need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
That's right. He says in the background, like, I think your black vigilante was the guy that got choked out on the train. I don't mean that being a racist. It's a whole shit mind boggles me that like people have seen that video and realized that a black dude helped hold Jordan Neely down while Daniel Penny was restraining him. Like nobody's going after that guy. That guy fled the scene and then hid for a week. And then he didn't get charged with anything. He got an immunity deal. Like the cops who helped Derek Chauvin got charged. The guy that helped Daniel Penny got an immunity deal to testify against him. That doesn't show the blatant hypocrisy of this case. Like nothing else does.
Right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
I feel like you're calling for violence, sir. I feel like if you know you're being loud for no reason, like maybe stop being loud. Like never in my life have I ever once just been stupidly loud to be stupidly loud. Apparently that's a right of the minorities. And my privilege wouldn't understand that.
So you didn't just mishear that. That is the founder of Black Lives Matter New York, who calls Daniel Penny a murderer.
Yeah, defamation lawsuit incoming. Let's see what else these clowns have to say. He's got some good clips, I'm sure.
Ask Jordan, what's wrong? How can I help you? He was choked to death instead. So for everybody saying, I've been on the train and I've been afraid before, and I can't tell you what I would have done in that situation, I'm going to tell you. Ask how you can help. Please. Don't attack. Don't choke. Don't kill. Don't take someone's life. Don't take someone's loved one from them because they're in a bad place. No one on that train.
No one in that family gave a shit about this guy until he was dead. I just want to put that out there. I'm willing to say that bluntly, because that's very much the truth, right? Is that this guy has been a homeless vagrant for 10 years. They're going to show you videos of him being a Michael Jackson impersonator. He was arrested 42 times, bro. 42 different times. Like, who gets arrested 42 times and is still out in public? They're also going to tell you that he was hungry. He just needed food. He was asking for food. Bro died with a muffin in his pocket. Like, there's some mental health issues, and we need to deal with it. We need to make asylums great again, apparently, because it's the only way we can deal with this shit. Is that, like, I'm sick of retailing my life and having to feel like I used to want to carry because I was like the crazy guy who was like, you know, something could happen. Maybe there's like this little chance. And now I feel like the dude that needs to carry because I have a family to protect. I have people around me that I love. And don't get me wrong, if shit goes south at Walmart, like, we're bailing. Like, I'm not sticking my neck out to protect random people. That would be the only thing I have to say about Daniel Penny is, like, he's a far greater man than I am. Because there's not a single fucking chance in hell that I am stepping up and putting somebody in a restraint on a train. First off, you're not going to catch me on a fucking train. But there's no way I'm standing up and restraining some dude to protect a bunch of people that I don't give a shit about. With that said, he's a better man than I am. There's a direct threat towards me or my family, on the other hand. Shit's going south fast. And it makes me sad. I feel like I live in a world where where I feel like I need to carry now. It's not just like I want to because this is a right of mine as an American, and I enjoy firearms, and I want to have one on me just in case anything ever happens, even though it's very not likely to. It's now at the point where it's like, no, I need to, because the chance of something happening is not worse than zero. Like, there's not a 0% chance that nothing's happening. That's for sure. Concept, that's what we call asking for violence. Mostly peaceful, of course. The funny part is he seems to be unknowingly that he'll be the one at the end of the justice wielded. This man is so right. Remember when he asked Hitler to nicely stop picking on everyone? Remember that time we talked Jim Jones into not giving everybody the Kool-Aid? Remember that time that we stopped everybody from in Waco killing themselves just by having our government kill them instead? Yeah, the good old days. I remember that.
Said, you started out by saying I'm hungry. I need food.
He had a muffin in his pocket, bro.
I'm done with it. I don't know where to get food. I don't care if I die. I don't care if I go to jail.
I need some food, but I've got this muffin. I need to double my stock of muffins by threatening people with their lives.
It's done. No one said, here you are, sir. Let me meet your need or help.
Yeah, because that's like, if I just and I'm like, I'm willing to kill everybody. I just need a blowjob. Excuse me, everybody on the train. I just need a blowjob. But I got a blowjob in my pocket. But I need another one. Waco, the direct portal to heaven. Just ask the Branch Davidian to the left. Yes, a great way to get roasted alive in your underground bunker, I suppose.
Help you in a situation or give a word of encouragement. That's not what happened on that train.
Look, I have a lot of people in my audience who say that this.
Oh, Sean, so good. Thank you for getting the clips together for me like this. This is great. I don't mean to steal your clips, but you know, I am giving you a big shout out. Actual Justice Warrior. Oh, okay. I'd already subscribed. Okay.
You're gonna like pull a gun and knife and like said, I'm willing to die. I'm willing to die.
On cross-examination of the prosecution's witnesses, the defense played police-sworn body camera video of their statements to responding officers.
Yeah, the responses to the officers say everything.
About
because That chick is clearly not a white supremacist.
What happened when 30-year-old Jordan Neely entered an F train on
And here's a photo of him from 5 or 6 years ago.
May 1st, 2023.
He's scared to live the daylights out of everything.
That witness told the jury she's been riding the subway for over 50 years and has been threatened before, but this was the first time she said she was actually scared. She described Neely as resisting when Marine veteran Daniel Penny put Neely in a chokehold to restrain him.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly somebody who doesn't care about black lives right here. That's for sure. It's definitely looks like the usual white supremacist to me. If I ever saw one. Call the channel Cliff Notes. If a person had the time and patience, you could make $1 million in compilation videos. Yeah. I wish I had the time, my friend, because I'd love to do it, but I cannot. Still at 41%. I wonder if this only... No, it's moving along. I wonder if it only, like, works when it's, like, up front. I also have a bunch of other stuff running, so it's probably not running at its greatest speed.
Just enough to secure him in the guy's floor.
She testified she left to go to the conductor and then also pressed an intercom button in the station to see when police might arrive because it had been a while. She also said she went over to thank Penny after.
But the idea that the death of Neely is a good outcome from this.
No, it's not. I'm not implying at all that I wish he had died. I'm just not entirely surprised that that is the outcome of when you walk onto a train and tell a bunch of people that you're willing to die. And you don't care.
Really not reasonable.
I just want to say.
So this is Neely's dad, a guy that who hasn't cared about this kid for like 15 years, but now that he smells the blood money in the water, is more than happy to come out and speak in front of the press.
I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this.
Yeah, no, he didn't. If he had a decent father, he probably wouldn't have.
I didn't have to go through this either.
No, because if you had been a decent dad, you wouldn't have.
It hurts. Really, really hurts.
What, the fact that you haven't been paid yet?
What are we going to do, people?
Oh, Sean, that's perfect. No, that is exactly what this is, my friend. It reminds me of Joe Dirt when his parents came out of the border. Yeah, this guy has a fucking room full of ceramic clowns that he would absolutely love to sell you. And that's like a perfect synonym. Perfect metaphor for the situation, because he's got a bunch of clown tears that he wants to share with you. And hopefully you pay him.
What's going to happen to us now?
You're probably going to sue and try to get some money, and I'm hoping Penny sues for malicious prosecution. Yeah, this guy loves surrounding himself with clowns too. Exactly, brother. And his clown tears.
I had enough of this.
Apparently you had enough of it years ago when you abandoned your son.
The system is rigged.
The system's rigged because you didn't get a payout yet.
Come on, people.
Come on, people. Where's my money?
Let's do something about this.
So that man right there.
Let's do something about this. Yeah, like file a civil suit and try to get some money out of him. That's what he's really looking for.
Up with bruises. And oh yeah, when Jordan Neely was 14 years old, the body of the mother was found in a suitcase because that boyfriend murdered his mother. That abusive man killed her. And you know what happened to Jordan Neely after that? He went into foster care.
Oh, wow, he went in foster care. You mean he didn't live with his dad since he was the time he was 14? Oh no, he did spend a couple years with him afterwards. Now Penny facing new legal hurdle and chokehold death. Some lawsuit brought on by Jordan Neely's absentee father.
High dollar amount that it can't even be adjudicated by the regular base level courts in the city of New York. It is above their pay grade, literally, because this man wants to get paid. And if you guys will recall, Daniel Penny ended up raising a bunch of money for his legal defense from.
Yeah, it's about that money. That's it. Let's see what else these people have to say, because
in front of the courthouse didn't give a damn about Jordan Neely when he was alive. All of these people in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and all these different district attorneys' offices.
Yeah, didn't care. Just let him go in the name of, helping these people, even though it's the opposite of what they were doing. They were not helping any of these criminals that they just let back out on the streets. In fact, they just got one of these criminals killed.
One man who stepped up and demand again that he and other people in the subway do the things that they refused to do during his life. And that brings us to Black Lives Matter.
They will not find a white man guilty of killing a black man in modern day America.
Even though the black guy held him down too, just to be clear. There's a black dude who held Jordan Neely down while the chokehold was being applied, but we're not going to mention him. Though his last name was Gonzalez, and he was very black.
This is no different than Jim Crow. This looks like a picture out of the picture book when you look at that anonymous jury.
The picture book sounds like this lady's reading level.
We have baby boomers who were there during Jim Crow on this jury. We have young people who are looking at Daniel Penny as a hero.
I'm not explicitly saying he's a hero, but I'm saying anybody who helps detain somebody who threatens to kill a train full of people. Yeah, usually we call them heroes.
And what America is a hero, a killer. He didn't give a crap about Jordan.
Meanwhile, the entire left wing on the internet is referring to the guy who killed that CEO as a hero. Just saying. No double standards here, my friends. It's not telling the truth. I was charged and convicted. It was not the guards off that I escaped. Love you, Sean.
The medical examiner said Jordan turned purple. Yes, black people can turn purple when they're denied oxygen.
Yes, that oppressive denial of oxygen.
Every lab report showed he died of asphyxiation.
You mean the one that the medical examiner put in before the toxicology report and 3 other reports came back? That one? The one where the medical examiner changed from unknown to homicide after she watched the viral video of him being held? Yeah. Erwin beating real good purple. Good purple comes out. Savage.
And that doesn't matter because they want to spare a white man the penalty of his crimes.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say I've seen a lot of tweets in the past week that was like, if the racists were first, people wouldn't be celebrating this. Like, if a well-decorated black Marine choked out a white junkie, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't care. I just feel like, oh, wow, I'm sad that they're charging this poor decorated black Marine and trying to drag him through the mud and ruin his life. That's exactly how I felt about this situation. The other side of it, one of the takes has been, you right-wingers always trying to politicize this shit. And it's like, you guys were the people who politicized it because your entire shtick is identity politics. And that's what this is about. Considering the prosecutor who tried this literally worked down the charges as the prosecutor, not as the defense attorney, as the prosecutor, and tried to charge a black dude who accidentally killed an 87-year-old Asian man while robbing him, and tried to work it down, even though murder charges were what should have been charged, because it was in the offense of a murder that happened during robbery. And you were like, this prosecutor was like, yeah, I worked it down and learned about the person I'm treating like a victim, even though they're the perpetrator of the crime. Yeah. No double standards here, my friends.
America has not changed, and I hate to say it, it may never change. And people who keep asking, are we going to riot? Are we going to protest? Is that what's needed? Do glass have to break? Do cars have to burn for a black man to get justice in America? We can't show up with peace. We can't show up with facts. We can't show up with evidence.
Now, obviously, you can't show up with facts because the facts are very clearly against you on this one. You should save all videos like this. They're going to be collector's pieces, where they will never be allowed in public again soon. I'm hoping the tide is shifting and that we're going to go the other way, Sean. That we're in like a next great American Renaissance. We'll see.
And witness after witness.
But to be clear, yeah, I do download all the copies of the show and I have them stored on my backup drive. That's probably why Unreal's taking so long to load up.
Give us nothing. And then you ask us to love this country. America hates black people, and we see it from that jury pool.
Yeah, that's why a bunch of white people died to free y'all. Is because we hate y'all. That's totally it. It's totally just about race. It's not about the fact that a drugged up criminal who'd been arrested 42 times threatened the lives of everybody on a train, including people of your own race, but you seem to omit them from your individual fact finding.
A black man was lynched, and his name was Jordan Neely.
Gross, dude. Like,
for them to go on national
gross.
television and talk about rioting after the manslaughter charge was dismissed at the whim of the prosecutor who was...
Yeah, the manslaughter charge was dropped because they were hoping that they'd be able to get him on the lesser charge of accidentally killing somebody. And, denied. Let's see what else we got here. We got more clips in Sean's video. Again, shout out to Actual Justice Warrior for compiling all this and doing great coverage of it. Well, I'm just sitting here reacting to it.
Responsible for them? Disgusting.
I'm tired. I know you're looking for us to...
Dude, I'm tired of this shit too. They do not understand they have opened Pandora's box. Hope is the only thing remaining in a box. A little Greek mythology here. Yeah. And not Pandora like the shitty jewelry, just to be clear. The original one.
To be like, oh, go and march. No. This weekend, I want you to hold a community event everywhere from the Bronx to Houston to Seattle to Florida. Black people hold community events and talk about what you need.
And for...
Yeah, maybe we should do that, like, just as a country. Hold a community event and talk about what we need, because I could use less taxes. I could use less prosecutors who don't prosecute criminals. Yeah, lots of things I need. I could use I don't know, some coverage on fertility shit in my state. Yeah, maybe we should all.
For this race hustler, this buffoon, this absolute doofus,
savage, Sean, savage. Well phrased.
To stand next to Jordan Neely's father, to stand next to other family members who didn't want to deal with them, and talk about how we need to get together.
Oh, Sean, I got a trick for you. So if you go online, man, you can find this thing called melanotan 2. And you're gonna have to do some research about how to use it and how to dose it. But it's only for research purposes. I would never suggest that you do this. Maybe you use your research rat. You're gonna have to figure out how to. But it melanotan 2 increases the melanin content in your skin. It allows you to become tanner more. But you definitely can. You could use it to the point where you take on a complexion that is people would no longer think you're Caucasian. It would work well. Sounds like it's mostly safe and effective. I'd say it's more safe and effective than most of the things that are referred to as safe and effective, but I don't know. I'm just a dank magician.
And form our own vigilantes so that we can murder white people at will, because then maybe people will understand, is shameful, ridiculous, and disgusting.
Yeah, and that won't totally drum up more racial sentiment in this country, right? If we had black vigilantes just killing white people for no reason. Like, Jordan Neely wasn't killed on purpose. Like, he was a threat to society, and somebody subdued him, and he died afterwards. He had a pulse when he left. To be clear, the cops testified to that. Okay, let's go back to this race hustler.
Committing more crimes is the solution to anything.
I mean, that's kind of like the Ibram X. Kennedy thing, right? Like the only solution to past, what was it? The The only solution to past, I'll paraphrase because I can't remember it exactly, but it's like the only solution to past race issues are current race issues, and the only solution to current race issues are future race issues.
There is no love for black people. There is no love in the system. How can you make a moral appeal to a people that have no moral code?
That's a very good question, my friend. I feel like you should. These are questions you should ask yourself.
How can you preach love to racists?
Yet again, a question you should ask yourself.
That got Dr. King killed. How can you promote love to a nation that is built on theft and genocide?
That's right.
So, not trying to be weird here, but if you honestly believe that, like, why are you still here? You could leave. If you honestly thought that America was built on death and genocide and racism and we hate. Sounds like JFK got Martin killed. To be honest, something there, brother. A world war of ideology. You honestly think all those things, like, why are you still hanging out in the system? It was Martin's attachment to the Communist Party that sealed his fate. Yeah. Yeah, especially back then, where you could openly detest commies. Not so much anymore, man. You're supposed to tolerate that shit.
Right.
What we preach is unity. Black unity. Stop begging this system to justify our lives. Stop begging this system for justice. When things happen to you, you step up and defend yourself.
I'm pretty sure that's what Daniel Penny did.
Just like everybody else seeks justice on their own, just like everybody else has vigilantes, we need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud.
And that's what it comes back to, man. I have the right to be loud and to threaten people and shit.
How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
Again, if Jordan Neely was
Mind-boggling. Kennedy pulled Martin aside one day in the Rose Garden and warned him that he did not listen. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm not too well versed on that whole connection, to be honest with you. Okay, that's all Sean's really got to say. Let's see what he says.
those people were the problem. His father was the problem. His
Amen, Sean.
other family members that abandoned him were the problem, and the lack of community among black New Yorkers surrounding him, that was also the problem. So do your little meetings, do your marches, talk all your nonsense, talk all your trash, but we all know what happened. I'm going to set the record straight. I'm going to call out your nonsense.
Dude, Sean is getting so fucking based at this point.
And I don't want anybody to give them a dime under the mistaken impression that those guys are in it for anything other than enriching themselves. Black Lives Matter is basically dead in the United States of America.
Yeah. I am absolutely a bucket of useless knowledge when it comes to tinfoil conspiracies. Fair enough. Me too. I mean, only the recent ones. Like, I wasn't this much of a conspiracy theorist pre-COVID, and then I realized they were all true. And then we now have records saying that they're true. Anyways, my wife is telling me to come to bed. She needs a back rub because she's pregnant and her back hurts. She wonders why her back hurts. And I keep telling her it's because you're pregnant and you're weak. And she says, I'm not weak. I'm just pregnant. I said, well, when was the last time you deadlifted 2 plates? And she can't tell me. Therefore, but she used to be something a year ago. She could just walk into the gym and do cold. Anyways, that's all I got on this one. Thank you guys for joining me on this wild ride that was TDAU Live, episode 20B. Hawkin coins, free pennies, and JayZ's dime drop. We had a lot of news going on. Nixon, Carter, Ford, Reagan, Bush, seniors, Clinton. There's so many tinfoil stories. I know. I should really do more research. But It seems with the rate that news comes these days, I'm not really having time, to be honest, because I'm trying to keep up on the modern ones. I should do more research on the past ones. Anyways, Team Blue, baby. That's great. Moving forward. I'll probably be on next week. I think the 18th I'll hit that one. Probably be off the 25th and the 1st. I'm not sure. New Year's Day, maybe not. I'll definitely be back the first full. I guess that would technically be the second week of January. Probably taking a couple shows off. I'm not going to stream on Christmas. I'm going to be fucking asleep by the time this show would roll on Christmas Day. That's for sure. I might put up a quick little clip about anything that happened, but most likely it's Christmas week. We're not going to have any news unless aliens come down or we finally start shooting these drones out of the sky. But anyways, that's all I got. Thank you for being here. Sean, I appreciate the holiday, brother. I hope all is well, and I hope you are, having a good time and getting all your ho-ho-hos in. And yeah, that's all I got until next week. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm, of course, Hickory the Dank and Underwhelming, reminding you all to stay dank, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, in these trying times, stay safe. And, try not to race hustle so much because you just end up like an idiot on national TV. Till next time, Dank Magician out. Cheers.
Above all else, I just want to say thank you. Have a beautiful night. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Now let's get the credits. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the help. Cause this is a show I do by myself. I produce the shit myself. And I've been through a lot with friends and a lot of shit I felt. But I remember the tools they used and I stuck them back on my belt. Yeah, I'm Hickory, the bad man from back in the trees. Just came up here to smoke some weed, get real drunk up on live stream and hang out with all you guys. I'm glad you all took time to stop by. I wish I could do the show